and there is a deer walking across the street.
Oh, she's gonna use the crosswalk.
And actually using the crosswalk. Very nice, very nice.
Very good.
They have their deer trained here in Grand Coulee. Hi, I'm Matthew.
Hi, I'm Susan.
Together we love to travel.
The saying goes, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade.
Well, 2020 dealt us the biggest lemon of all.
Except being sourpuss about it, we made the best lemonade ever.
An epic road trip!
Morning.
Good morning!
Day 13, we head home.
Final day.
It's gonna be a warm one. It's supposed to be 102 at home today. Yeah, we're like, why does it have to be hot when we come back? But Northern Quest was great last night. We had an excellent dinner, played a little bit, and then got a lot of sleep. We're up later than we normally were on the trip, just because we could sleep in.
Yes.
So, what we're
Got
gonna
some errands to run in town.
we're gonna go get breakfast at a local place here in Spokane.
Got to.
And then we're gonna hit a couple of spots on the way back,
Yep.
like the grandest of them all. So, we'll take you along for the ride. Well, not the errands, of course. Who wants to see
You
that?
don't need to see that.
So, okay, till then. And with that, we've checked out of our final hotel of the trip. And it's time to head home. At least we get to sleep in our own bed tonight.
That's the only good thing about going home, right? So we've always wanted to try a very special place that's very iconic here in Spokane ever since we've lived in this part of the state. Well, today we're gonna get that opportunity. Welcome to Frank's Diner.
And yes, it's in an old Pullman car. A Great Northern one at that. So we are in an old Pullman car, so we're at the table together, and then you can see the detail of the car. It's Great Northern car number 670. And then over here they have different Frank's Diner merchandise that you can also get. The woodworking is so intricate on here. Oh, what it would have been like to ride in the trains back in the day.
Well, that was really quick service. Our food is already here. And I got let's see, what was it called? Nana's Meatloaf Benedict, but I don't care for the poached eggs, so they scrambled them instead. And I got fresh fruit on the side with mine.
And I got a meat lover's omelet with some toast.
And it has bacon, ham, and sausage, right?
Yep.
Inside? Yeah, this looks awesome.
It's really good. Okay.
That was amazing. I don't know how I've never tried that before, but the service was awesome. Great atmosphere. The food was fantastic. And I think we'll be going back again. What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely think we will be. Yeah. It was an iconic Great Northern Pullman, and decorated wonderfully, and the food was excellent. Service was even better. So we'll definitely be going back.
Yeah. I can see why they've been voted best breakfast for decades. So
well, off to run errands. Okay, so we've finished up our errands around town, and we are on our way to home. We're gonna make a couple of stops on the way home, Show you a little bit of our neck of the woods on the way. And we'll go from there. So last night there wasn't a train on the bridge, and once again no train on the bridge today. But I always love looking at the bridge over Spokane here, because I know the trains that travel on this line, the one going away from us, of course, will be going through Wenatchee soon enough. Okay, so we just got off I-90. We are on US 2, and we are headed west towards Davenport and Wilbur. The airplane up here has been doing touch and goes at Fairchild, which we're going past right now.
Air Force Base.
Fairchild Air Force Base here in Airway Heights. Been kind of cool to see. We had to make a quick stop in Airway Heights for something for Susan, and so yeah. There's the Air Force Base right there, entrance. We pass under the Columbia River subdivision. Woo! There we go. Welcome to Reardon. Only 4 more little towns to go. So one of the places that we want to visit in the future but haven't had an opportunity to is the Rail Museum here in Reardon. They are open Thursday, Friday, Saturday from like 10 to 5, but we just haven't had an opportunity to go out and visit them yet. Now here's familiar country, dry land wheat. That's going to be next year's field, and then you have wheat that's almost turning golden out here, which will be harvested in probably a month or 2. We are now entering Preston, another small town on the way home, and that means we only have 2 more small towns to go. Whoop whoop, almost home. Okay, welcome to Wilbur. That means we only have 1 more town to go till we're home. Woo! Getting excited?
I guess.
You gotta admit you're gonna be kind of glad to be home. So we're making the turn onto Washington 21, and then we'll skedaddle to the left on 174 right up here when 21 takes off to the north, and we'll be on the road to our hometown. So this is the quintessential Central Washington view. Wheat farms as far as you can see. So as we come down the hill approaching Grand Coulee, you can see the backside of Grand Coulee Dam. It doesn't look very impressive at this juncture, but as you will soon see, it is a very impressive feat of engineering marvel. Behind Grand Coulee Dam, you see Lake Roosevelt that extends all the way up into Canada. Like I mentioned when we went through Davenport, the waters of Lake Roosevelt are a national recreation area and therefore under the control of the National Park Service. So there is another view a little bit closer to on the back side of Grand Coulee Dam and Lake Roosevelt. So we are dropping into the main part of Grand Coulee, the town of Grand Coulee, and we are gonna run through town here and take a quick look at Grand Coulee Dam, and there is a deer walking across the street.
Oh, she's gonna use the crosswalk.
And actually using the crosswalk. Very nice, very nice.
Very good.
They have their deer trained here at Grand Coulee. Okay, so we are dropping down into Grand Coulee Dam, and you can see Lake Roosevelt out the side there. All of this part here is part of the Bureau of Reclamation's Grand Coulee Dam development area, and their administrative buildings are over here. Their shops and stuff like that, and we are dropping quite a bit in elevation to reach the dam. You can see how Lake Roosevelt extends quite a bit up in our view, but this is just a small portion of the total Lake Roosevelt area. So as you can see, we're still on the back side of the dam. And here's part of the dam structure. There's the top. And there's the looking across the top of the dam. And now we are on the front side of Grand Coulee Dam. To get to the visitor center, you do have to drop down this lovely little hill right here. Be careful if you do come in the winter, it can be icy. And yeah, you come down here and you pull into the visitor center. And there is the front of Grand Coulee Dam. We'll show you a better shot here in a moment once we get down the hill to the visitor center. So over here is the Grand Coulee Dam Visitor Center, which is currently not open due to COVID-19.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise. We are actually in the town of Coulee Dam right now. It is split between the Okanagan side of the river and the Douglas side of the river, which we are on. As we pan over, you see the third powerhouse in front of us, the second powerhouse, the spillway, and then the first powerhouse. The first powerhouse and the second powerhouse were built when the dam was originally constructed, and the third powerhouse was a later addition to help provide additional energy resources for the entire West Coast.
Now, you're probably wondering why there's concrete benches here and why it looks so much like a stadium. Well, it's because people sit here when they watch the laser light show that they can show nightly on the face of the dam during the summer months. Unfortunately, due to certain restrictions, that is not happening this year.
So if you come to Grand Coulee Dam and they are doing the laser light show. Make sure to spend the time to watch the laser light show because it does give you an informative history of why the dam was created and what it does for the Northwest and the West Coast. It is truly a spectacular piece of engineering marvel and one that I enjoy coming to and seeing because it is such a massive piece of concrete. So we made a pretty quick visit here to the dam because of the visitor center not being open and two, it being 101 degrees outside. Not really a place that I want to spend a lot of time in 101 degrees because there's not much tree coverage here. So we are on our way. We are headed for home. We have one more stop to show you as we get near our house, and we'll be glad to share that with you when we get there. A few more shots climbing the hill here at Grand Coulee Dam. And the hill is a steep one. The administrative buildings are over here. And there is Lake Roosevelt again. As we climb out of Grand Coulee on Washington 174, you can see the huge substation for the dam, and you can see the dam open up and Lake Roosevelt behind it. This is one of my favorite views as you come into Grand Coulee and as you depart, just looking down on the dam. And we're entering our home county of Douglas County, Washington. I would have to look at a map to see how many different counties we went through, but it was numerous. I know in Montana, I think we went through at least 25 to 30 alone, not counting all the other states we visited. But it's we're glad to be home. Glad to be home. Almost there. Well, when the power lines come into view, we know we are only a mile or two outside of town. Super excited. We're almost home. So we are approaching our final stop before home. Here on the banks of the Columbia River lies one of the other marvels in the north central region, Chief Joseph Dam. This dam's a little partial to us because we see it pretty much every day. Because right over here is our hometown, and we're glad that we're back here at home. It's been a fun trip, but we're glad to be home.
Finally, home at last.
Good evening.
Good evening.
We got home a couple hours ago and kind of put away everything that we had bought today in Spokane on our errand run. You know, when you're gone for 2 weeks and you basically have to restock your kitchen.
Right? Yep.
So we got stuff to make lunches and dinners for the next few weeks and all that.
But yeah, it was a good trip. We thoroughly enjoyed it.
Glad to be home, though.
You know you love each other when you survive a 13-day road trip without killing each other. So, yes.
And I'm hard to get along with. But
so we covered
7 states.
7 states.
We covered 16 national park units. So
That's a lot.
4 of those were the major trails: Oregon, California, Mormon, and the Pony Express Trail.
Right.
Those are considered national park units, even though they aren't a single site. So we visited several of those sites along the way. We also visited the Lake Roosevelt National Recreation Area. That's another one. 11 of them are physical sites that you saw us visit. You know, we had Glacier National Park, you know, Little Bighorn National Battlefield, Mount Rushmore, Yellowstone.
Badlands.
Yeah, those 11 were the major ones that we actually, you know, attended and all that. We traveled 4,397 miles.
That's a lot of miles.
A lot of miles. So, but we saw a lot of our beautiful country. Definitely want to go back to some of those parks and explore some areas more, but it was an awesome trip. It was definitely unique traveling in the era of COVID-19.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
You know, just keeping ourselves safe and also, you know, social distancing and all that. Some parts was easier than others.
Yes.
Mount Rushmore and Yellowstone were the 2 toughest.
They were the 2 toughest. But they're the more popular ones. So
Others, such as like Fort Laramie,
easy.
no problem.
Yeah.
You know, there were like 5 people at the park while we were there.
Yeah. So, yeah. In case you didn't catch it, there was a little hint in today's video that gives you a clue as to where we are planning to go next. So,
Provided COVID-19 doesn't shut that down. So,
if you missed it, you might want to rewind and see if you could spot it.
So, well, thank you for watching,
Yes.
and we hope you enjoyed our vlogs on our road trip.
Don't forget to like this video and all the other ones you've seen of this vlog of our 13-day road trip. Subscribe to the channel and make sure you've hit the bell icon so you get notifications on future uploads.
And future trips. Have a good evening.
Until next time.
Bye.